Hi class, welcome back to another topic in Computer System Servicing 9. Your lesson for weeks 5 to 8 is all about test and evaluate the testing process. Your learning competencies are test components, and evaluate the testing process. For your questions that will guide you along with our discussion, what is a resistor? How do you calculate resistor values? What are the components that can be tested in a multimeter? And how do you test each component? Now, let's discuss what is a resistor. Resistors are components used to resist the flow of electric current and have a stated value of resistance. To determine the resistance of a resistor, you can use the color coding or directly use the multi-tester. Resistors can be fixed or variable. Now we have here how to calculate the resistor values using the resistor color coding. So the resistor color coding uses colored bands to easily identify a resistor's resistive value and its percentage tolerance. So we have here an example of a resistor, and as you can see, we have different color codes here, color bands. So from the left, it is what we call the band A, which is the first digit for the value. Next color is the band B, which is the second digit for the value. And then third is the band C, our digital or decimal multiplier. And the band D for tolerance. So here's the code for our resistor. All we just need to do is to familiarize or memorize the color coding. Black is 0, brown is 1, red is 2, orange is 3, yellow 4, green 5, blue 6, violet 7, gray 8, and white 9. So we will have an example in our next slide. Now we have here, the resistor color code system is all well and good, but we need to understand how to apply it in order to get the correct value of the resistor. So the left hand or the most significant colored band is the band which is nearest to connecting lead, with the color-coded bands being read from left to right as follows. So again, here is our example for the resistor. So the digit, another digit, the second digit, the multiplier. So as you can see here, we have yellow, violet, and red. Yellow is 4, violet is 7, and red is 2. So if you are thinking, where did we get these numbers? Again, we get these numbers from the color code previously shown. So first digit, second digit, and then we have our multiplier. So 10 squared, or to the second degree, or then we have 47,000 ohms for 4K 7 ohms. Again, first digit is 4, which is equivalent to yellow. Second digit is violet, which is equivalent to 7, times 10 raised to the power of 2, because the value of red is 2. That is why this is 47,000 ohms. Now, how to test a resistor? So resistors regulate the amount of current flowing in an electronic circuit. Resistors present a resistance or impedance to the electrical circuit and reduce the amount of current that is allowed to flow. So resistors are utilized for simple signal conditioning and to protect active electronic devices that could be damaged by receiving excess current. So resistors must be properly sized and intact to perform these functions. First step is to remove power from the circuit containing the resistor. This can be done by unplugging it from the mains or by removing the batteries if it is a portable device. 2. Isolate the resistor from the circuit. An attempt to measure a resistor that is still connected to the circuit can yield an incorrect calculation, as part of the circuit might also be measured. Number 3. Inspect the resistor. If the resistor shows signs of blackening or charring, it may be damaged by excess current flow. A resistor showing blackening or charring should be replaced or discarded. 4. Read the resistor value visually. The resistor value will be printed on the resistor. Smaller resistors may have their value indicated by color-coded bands. Step 5 is to prepare a digital multimeter or analog multimeter to measure the resistor. So they are available again at electronics parts and hobby stores. 6. Measure the resistance. So connect the two leads of the digital multimeter to the two legs of the resistor. So resistors have no polarity, so it does not matter which lead is connected to which resistor leg. 7. Determine the actual resistance of the resistor. So read the results shown on the meter. Step 8. Reattach the resistor that gives an accurate reading. Reconnect it to the circuit by pressing it back into place if you pulled it free with your fingers. 9. Replace a resistor that measures outside of the acceptable value range. Discard the old resistor. Resistors are available in electronic parts stores and hobby stores. Now, how to test a capacitor. When we say capacitor, it is an electronics or electrical component that stores energy in the form of electric charge. Capacitors are often used in electronic circuit boards or few electrical appliances and perform a variety of functions. Let us discuss how to test a capacitor by analog multimeter. To check a capacitor by an analog multimeter, follow these steps. So first we have, make sure the suspected capacitor is fully discharged. Second, take an AVO meter. Third, select analog meter on ohms and connect the meter leads to the capacitor terminals. Fifth step is take note the reading and compare with the following results. Short capacitors or shorted capacitor will show very low resistance, while open capacitor will not show any movement on ohmmeter screen. And good capacitors, initially it will show low resistance and then gradually increases toward the infinite, and it means that capacitor is in good conditions. How about checking a capacitor by a digital multimeter? First, make sure the capacitor is discharged. Second, set the meter on ohm range. Third, connect the meter leads to the capacitor terminals. Fourth, digital meter will show some numbers for a second and note the reading. Then, immediately it will return to the open line, and every attempt of step 2 will show the same result as was in step 4 and 5. It means capacitor is in good condition. If there's no change, then capacitor is dead. How about how to test a transformer? When we say transformers, they are electrical components that transmit electrical energy between two circuits. How do we test a transformer? Step 1. Prepare to measure the circuit voltage. 2. Confirm the proper input to the transformer. 3. Measure the secondary output of the transformer. How about how to test a diode? In an electrical circuit, a diode is a small device that allows an electric current to flow through in only one direction. So, let us discuss checking diode with an analog multimeter. First step is to shut off the diode's power source. Testing a diode while it is still in a circuit will not only throw off results, it's also incredibly dangerous. Two, turn the selector switch to low resistance. This will be about 1000 ohms, and setting the multimeter in low resistance allows some current to flow through without overloading the diode with too much. Third, put the red lead on the anode and the black lead on the cathode. The anode is the positive end, while cathode is the negative end. Four, check the reading on the meter to determine if the diode is healthy. 5. Swap the red lead onto the cathode and the black lead onto the anode. It is now reverse biased, meaning no current is flowing through. And that's it for our discussion about the resistor, the capacitor, transformer, and diode. Now let's check your knowledge. Resistors are components used to resist the flow of electric current and have a stated value of resistance. To calculate resistor values, use resistor color coding. Remember that the left hand or the most significant colored bands is the band which is nearest to a connecting lead, with the color-coded bands being read from left to right as follows. Digit, another digit, multiplier is equal to color times 10, color in ohms. The components that can be tested in a multimeter are resistor, capacitor, transformer, and diode. To test a resistor, 1. Remove the power from the circuit containing the resistor. 2. Isolate the resistor from the circuit. 3. Inspect the resistor. 4. Read the resistor value visually. 5. Prepare a digital multimeter or analog multimeter to measure the resistor. 6. Measure the resistance. 7. Determine the actual resistance of the resistor. 8. Reattach resistor that gives an accurate reading. And 9. Replace a resistor that measures outside of the acceptable value range. To test a capacitor, first, make sure the suspected capacitor is fully charged. Second, take an AVO meter. Third, select analog meter on ohms. Fourth, connect the meter leads to the capacitor terminals. Fifth, note the reading and compare the following results. Shorted capacitor will show very low resistance. Open capacitor will not show any movement, and initially it will show low resistance, then gradually increases toward the infinite. That means the capacitor is in good condition. To test a transformer, first, prepare to measure the circuit voltages. Second, confirm the proper input to the transformer. Third, measure the secondary output of the transformer. And to test the diode, shut off the diode's power source. Then turn the selector switch to low resistance. Put the red lead on the anode and the black lead on the cathode. Then, check the reading on the meter to determine if the diode is healthy, and swap the red lead onto the cathode and the black lead onto the anode. We are all done. Now it's time to answer your activities. Refer to week 5 to 8, class 3, test and evaluate the testing process. Answer activities 1, 2, and 3 in page 7, as well as reflection in page 7. Once you are done, you may send it offline using USB or Messenger or email. So that would be all, class. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and God bless.